What is up, beautiful people? Today would be the method I use, upper body workout that I do whenever I don't have the energy to go commute and travel just to get to a commercial gym. Um, this training split is what I did on the past 5 years since the lockdown began. Um, But in addition, I am doing it with rings, resistance bands, and my new my introduction to another equipment that I bought, inspired by Alex Leonidas and even Jeffrey Verdi Schofield. Later, you will find out, and that would be I'll just say it. I'll just say it already, and it's the chest expander. I thought it's just one of those gimmick equipments that used to be advertised back in the 80s and 90s, but let me tell you that surprisingly, even with just dual springs, it's very effective on those hard to reach areas with just doing free weights and even resistance bands alone. And of course, doing calisthenics. I mean, there's some flaws in every training methodology. Like, for example, even with the use of resistance bands, I mean, you can technically say that it's the same, but with the chest expander springs, it gives you a different type of tension and resistance curve compared to doing just using resistance bands. And my first workout superset would be bodyweight pullovers with ring push-ups. Of course, um, because of my nagging wrists, um, they call this doing hundreds, if not thousands, of push-ups since high school up until now. The rings provide uh, good good stable foundation in doing push-ups, and of course the added range of motion, the added deficit factor in which it would provide the chest, the mobility, and of course the extra stretch. uh, Definitely an underrated push-up variation. And doing your good old regular pull-ups, and the older subscribers would know this area is where I'm supposed or this area is where I always used to do pull-ups since I don't have access to your local commercial gym back during the lockdown. And I'm doing, I think, uh, five sets of 20 reps since I've been inspired by both Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bold Omni-Man, since that would be their pull-up during an upper body pull workout split. And of course, since my initial goal in this current training block is a wider, thicker back, of course, you cannot skip doing your good old bread and butter, which is your pull up. I mean, yeah, pull downs can be very cool. Provides more stability, and you can push past failure. But since I am doing this at home, of course, buying or sorry, doing pull ups is much cheaper and free compared to buying a whole station of a cable machine or a lat pull down machine. And I think a little bit of rant for myself, since seeing some of my footage doing pull ups. I think the issue on why I have lagging lower lats is because my technique doesn't quite apply in growing lower lats, and that is why I'm trying to um what do you call this, kill this quote unquote bad habit of mine, in which I'm actually using more of my arms and forearms in trying to pull myself up, my chin up. I know, pun intended, but um, that is where the use of machines come into play, most especially cable machines and even the aforementioned chest expander, surprisingly. And of course, the resistance band and doing um, doing angles wherein a pull up cannot provide you actually helps me in targeting the lower lat. And I think, in my opinion, the nagging shoulder pain that I am currently having also contributes a lot in the stagnation of my muscle development in my latissimus dorsi, more specifically the lower lats. I mean, yeah, you can see me some of this angle, most especially when I am showing my back. Yeah, you can see that I have the lats, obviously, doing hip hinges, vertical pulls, and even diagonal pulls. So for your information, also I've been also doing and adding a lot of diagonal pulls. More just as I am prioritizing my vertical pulls, my lat pull downs, my pull ups, my weighted pull ups. Besides diagonal pulls, doing some straight arm work, lateral work. Again, the what do you call this? My saying, since I have been in the iron industry, if you will, not really like doing or training for almost a decade, has taught me a lot that you cannot be just doing just one um, one methodology and simply saying that it's the best. It's just like saying what do you call this? You're just gonna you have a whole cake, then you decided to just take one slice and leave the rest. And again, like doing vertical pulls, it's just one piece of the pie, one piece of the cake. Of course, you have to try the other quote unquote slices. And of course, my saying is that we should not leave all stones unturned. Um, I'm trying to craft and hone my skills. Again, since I'm prioritizing my back during this training block, I have been implementing some diagonal pulls, straight arm pulls, um, doing unilateral work, and I think it's quite coming a long way. And I've been seeing a lot of progress, seeing some growth on my lower lats, and of course, prioritizing heavy hip hinges. Of course, for the upper back thickness and the strengthening and the health of your lower back. And as you can see here, also prioritizing, of course, my brachialis, doing hammer curls. I know Dr. Mike Israel has been on fire in this recently in this past few days because of saying that they're trash, and you should just instead do your normal dumbbell curls, cable curls, barbell curls, whatsoever. And I think, yeah, if your strong point is your arms, and yeah, You could say that for yourself. Personal preference, of course, but not everyone would be like you. Like me, I have the average genetics. I have to work hard so I can just grow, so I can grow my arms past 16, 17 inches because, of course, as you all know, I did start a series on my journey in gaining 18 inches arms since I am currently, I think, my right arm, ironically, being a lefty, is bigger than my left. I have 17-inch arms on my right and 16.5, or I think 16-inch arms on my left. And again, doing my dips as the grass actually helps with my nagging shoulder pain because it promotes blood flow on the joints. Of course, targeting my front delts since this is also the priority on this training block that I have. Building boulder shoulders, building the SR delts, and trying to imitate the look of Guts from Berserk, in which, yeah, you could say that he is also another example of a berserker physique as per natural hypertrophy, but he has a strong point on his shoulders because of course he carries a long and huge sword on a daily basis while killing apostles, and of course that contributes in wielding weapon and armor. Yeah, that would be my focus on this current training block. As you can see, I'm getting thick since I am on a bulk, and in this current bulk, I am actually trying to take it slow since I've cut down from 69 to 70 kilos. I am now currently at 73 to 75 kilograms, and I hope I've been upping my scale since my weighing scale broke down, I think, a year ago. And as you can see here, doing some resistance bands, lateral raises. Again, it provides a different type of resistance path compared to your normal straight weight. And currently, I've been reintroducing the use of dumbbells in growing my delts. Since, of course, I mean, what's more manly than using straight cold iron in building your dead start delts? Of course, starting it with lighter weights, of course, since I've been mentioning it multiple times in multiple videos, including this one, that I have nagging shoulder pain, especially in my left. As you can see, I have what they call this, reduced range of motion when I do this with my left side, and I think it's quite and it has been helping a lot since I used to wake up with extreme pain on my shoulders, and resistance bands is a good addition to your arsenal, and it should not be considered feminine because some lifters in the lifting community see resistance bands as quote unquote feminine and so much of being a pussy. But for your information, Louis Simmons, the founder of Westside Barbell, implements resistance bands in all of his athletes, from strongman to powerlifters to combat sports athletes, in promoting promoting in the production of powerful, explosive results in the gym and in turn during competition. So yeah, and again, this would be the aforementioned chest expander that I've been telling you. I think, yeah, doing this enough is actually this three springs is enough to give me so much so much of a struggle in doing some of this overhead tricep extension with the chest expander. And as you can see, my back, my arms are working very hard as you can see all of my muscles in the back are very tense just to stabilize myself and not messing up the movement and doing some inverted rows. I haven't been I haven't done this in a very long time since again life got in the way. I haven't been able to use my rings for a very long time since of course I got busy with work and my only viable option was just doing workout in a commercial gym, and I have been able to use my home gym for a while. And as you can see, my upper back has been developing quite a while. My lats still lagging, but it will come along the way. And that is also the advantage of being an intermediate. I think I am going past early intermediate, and by that, when I say it's an advantage, is because there's a lot of room to fill in some some specific muscles that you can prioritize. And in my case, it's the lower lats. You can see I look like Crash Bandicoot. If you know who Crash Bandicoot is, leave a like and comment down below. And it will leave a lot of room to fill in. And what I mean by this is it would mean a lot of poundages in terms of muscle mass would be added to your frame, meaning you would be able to build muscle mass instead of just adding up fat reserves and bloat. Because as you get to advance in an elite status in bodybuilding, adding 1 pound a year of lean muscle mass is actually the most utmost what do you call this achievement that you can do, since the longer and more experience that you get, it means that progress would definitely plateau, but that doesn't mean that you would actually stagnate. And I think being intermediate actually is what motivates me in continuing to grow at the gym physically and mentally. And in this superset, I did your normal chin up, ring chin up, and then some pike push ups, since my available weights at my home gym are not enough to stimulate my delts into oblivion. So what I did is just do do this instead, since I also have a weakness, mobility weakness, compression strength weakness in terms of doing pike push-ups. And this would be also a win-win bonus for me, since I've mentioned I'll be also going back in doing static skills in calisthenics, and doing pike push-ups actually promotes the habit and neuromuscular adaptation in doing skills like doing your normal handstands, what do you call this doing planche, even promoting straight arm strength, and of course being relatively strong, in particular your pushing muscles during doing calisthenic skills like planches and handstands. And of course you cannot forget forearms. And this would be my I think my last set in doing chin up again. Calisthenics and bulking goes hand in hand because um, calisthenics is a good parameter in determining if you are building actual muscle mass instead of gaining fat reserves with your caloric surplus. So that would be it for this home workout training split. If you happen to stumble upon this video, give it a thumbs up, share this with your friends, comment down below if you like this or not, subscribe if you haven't, and that would be it. And thank you for watching and have a good day.